Alright, so this is a video on the 2004 Dodge Neon SRT-4. Applies to the 03, 04, 05 Dodge Neon SRT-4, which the difference between that and the regular Neon is a much larger engine, also much larger intake, turbocharger, etc., etc. Number of videos out there are talking about how to remove the bolts off the power steering pump. Some talk about taking off the intake manifold, which is a ridiculous job in and of itself. Others talk about pulling out air boxes and all that stuff. I got parts all on top of mine. Been working through my vehicle. It's about 14 years old. In order to replace the struts, lower control arms, clutch, and all the components inside the transmission. And then now I'm finally working my way towards the front of the engine to replace all the belts and pulleys and water pump and all that stuff. So a number of videos talk about how to remove the bolts out of the power steering pump and how hard they are to get. Yeah, they're a little bit difficult, but the most difficult one I think they talk about is the top one, which is the first one that the book recommends pulling out. Anyway, video here is going to show the bottom one, and then it works fine for the bottom and the top, and then the front one you can just access right through the space there. I just used a 1/2-inch Craftsman ratchet with a standard 13mm 1/2-inch socket. Anyway, you can see, maybe, let's try this. There we go. Alright, poor video. Anyway, what you see there in front of the socket is the bracket, and so then I've got the 13mm socket, and then if I can see through here, I've got the I can't see, I should have better lighting source. There's a universal joint down there attached to the socket, followed by a short extension. And what I do is I put that on by hand and I hold that. Meanwhile, what I do is route a long 1/2-inch extension all the way underneath the intake manifold. And then at the very end, I attach another short 1/2-inch extension to the ratchet, and then I go ahead and attach that to the long extension. And the bolt's not in there very tight at all, so it comes right out. And so I'll do that for the bottom bolt, the top bolt, and then, like I said, the front bolt, which is just out of the view of the picture right there at the front edge of the bracket. You can access through this space between the intake manifold and the AC line. So figured I'd show that, and I'll post this so the rest of the world can see. Have a good one.